Hi, I'm Davy, from the kids' book Davy Meets His Goliath. And I'm here with the Together We Can End Bullying Foundation. I have something really important to share with all the moms and dads out there. Bullying isn't just mean words or teasing. It can go way beyond hurt feelings. Sometimes, it's devastating. Some kids feel like they don't belong, or that they're all alone. The next video is for you moms and dads. Please don't skip it, and we'll talk at the end.
Kids being bullied, sometimes to death. It is a story you see in nearly every headline today, but sadly, it's a story we were covering as long as 18 years ago, right here on 2020.
Nelia Reynolds discovered the unthinkable. Her 8-year-old son dead in his bedroom. Gabriel had hanged himself from his bunk bed.
A heartbreaking look at the dangers of cyberbullying through the eyes of a grieving family. Their 12-year-old daughter took her own life after they say she was targeted by her classmates on social media.
As parents broke down in tears as they spoke about their young daughter, the 13-year-old hung herself in her bedroom last month. Her father says bullying is to blame.
The parents of a Greenfield 4th grader who took his own life 1 week ago are now speaking out. Our Chase House sat down with the child's parents who say their son was bullied relentlessly.
And tonight, federal investigators are delving into Crook's history. He's being described as a highly intelligent loner who somehow had a secret plan to kill the former president.
Like, you could look at him and you would be like, something's a little off.
So Barkley said Crooks did have a few friends. Others described him as a loner, with odd demeanor who was picked on by other students.
He did sit alone at lunch. Like, he was always alone. I mean, he was bullied every day.
Orange ribbons are up across Garden City, and t-shirts too. Their message, we stand with Liam. This is Liam O'Brien, before and after his 13th birthday, when he weighed only 81 pounds. As a 7th grader at Garden City Middle School.
He just stopped eating. I didn't see him eat.
I actually sobbed. I said, I saw him with his shirt off, and I said, he's dying. Yeah, I mean, it was just bones.
This bruise on his face finally got Liam to open up.
You have to tell me what is wrong, what happened to you, something happened. And that's, when he told me, he said 7th grade was horrible.
He admitted he was pushed into a locker and had been taunted for a year.
His freckles, his eyebrows, his socks, they told him that he sucked. And they said that you weren't good enough to make this team. How'd you get on this team?
There's deliberate, methodical, periodical, just berating.
Liam was hospitalized on a feeding tube with malnutrition, a low heart rate, and depression.
Hey, don't go anywhere yet. I know that was hard to watch, but now you'll see how you can make a real difference in a kid's life, just like someone did for me.
What's up, man? A homeowner has an unexpected visitor, a boy in need of help.
I just wanted to see if you knew any kids around like 11 or 12 maybe, because I need some friends, like really bad.
Homeowner says he knows of some kids in the neighborhood, but the youngster, who's wearing a Jaws t-shirt, reveals he has a problem.
Okay. Well, they're not my friends anymore, because, they're bullies to me.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, man. I think everybody can feel it. He's begging for someone. He's calling out for some help.
How brave goes one comment. I'd be his friend goes another.
We were both getting emotional over it, and we're like, we need to do something about this.
They also made it a mission to meet young Shaden of Amarillo, Texas, in person. The connection was immediate. The boy
Zachary Jameson had an impressive facade. always smiling in every picture he took, even though, for most of junior high, what Zach really felt was tortured. Tortured by just about all the kids in his class at the American Heritage Academy outside Atlanta. Jacob Cordero was one of them.
Very sad, because I had been part of the, making fun of him and leaving him out.
Jacob says the kids began picking on Zach after he got juvenile arthritis. He says they started by mocking his limp, and it snowballed from there.
People would, take his lunch, take sweatshirts,
Do you have any idea how bad he felt?
No. Because he was just kind of quiet. He never really seemed too sad about it.
Zach's parents say, at first, they were also dismissive of the jokes and slurs.
I would say, well, maybe they're just trying to be funny.
I don't
maybe
think
that's a nickname.
Either one of us fully appreciated the hurricane that was going on inside of him.
Last year in school, many kids called me chicken legs and other funny names because of the way I walked.
Even after Zach gave this speech at an arthritis fundraiser, the Jamisons say they still would have never guessed their 11-year-old son was in so much physical and emotional pain that he would actually consider killing himself.
A great deal of pain.
But he did consider it, and eventually even told them so.
And I felt the blood drain out of my face.
Bullying that ends in suicide has become an all too familiar theme on the news. And although there are certainly lessons to be learned in those terrible endings, the more important lessons may lie in stories like this one, where the ending is far from tragic. Today, Zach Jamison is 13, alive, and happy, thanks to a lot of good people who made some very smart decisions. First, his parents sought counseling for Zach, but they also encouraged him to get involved with a youth group at church to meet kids outside of school, like Paul and Caleb.
And at that time, that's all I needed, was to be accepted. Yes. I'm really glad I met him.
I suppose you are.
Of course, he was still blackballed in school. But Zach says these new friendships gave him the courage to face that challenge anew.
Yep.
So when someone suggested he become manager of the cross-country team, he went for it.
It helped, it really did, because I connected with a lot of friends.
That's when he really felt wanted.
And whose idea was that?
Mine.
Thanks to school administrators who forced the issue, Jacob and Zach had a long heart-to-heart in the principal's office.
About how he felt and how it had crushed him, and he really wasn't able to do anything.
You were different from that day on?
Yes. He is extremely different this year.
Really?
Okay.
At every school, there will always be the popular kids.
No.
And there will always be the outsiders. But as Zach and Jacob proved, there will also always be common ground for those brave enough to walk.
Now that you've watched, you can see how serious bullying really is. But there is hope. I've seen it. At the Together We Can End Bullying Foundation, we believe the answer starts with love, and the greatest love of all comes from Jesus. He brings healing, courage, and a brand new start. That's the kind of hope we're sharing with kids, families, and schools everywhere. And we'd love for you to join us. Bullying doesn't just affect one kind of kid, it can happen to anyone. Whether your child is being bullied, sees it happening, or maybe even is the bully, we're here to help. The Together We Can End Bullying Foundation gives kids the faith-based support they need to make a change, stand up for others, and find healing through Jesus. So don't wait, enroll your child today, and let's build something better together. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our new videos, and it would be cool if you hit the bell too. And hey, if you've ever been bullied, or seen it happen, or even made a mistake and hurt someone, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. At the Together We Can End Bullying Foundation, we're here to help, because no one should have to go through it alone. Remember, with Jesus, there's always hope, healing, and a fresh start. See you soon.